Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 8th episode of my second Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing as the human Theocrat, Castus the Unbroken. In our last episode, we dealt a pretty serious blow to one of our opponents, Brunhilde, and a not inconsequential blow to our other opponent, Saradas. Both of them are on a team together against me, don't forget. So we took Saradas' city here, the city of Traduld. We're in the process of turning that into our vassal. And then we also took the city here of Frostmere, which was right next to Brunhilde's throne, which we are now preparing to siege here. But it also was the location of Brunhilde herself, who we were able to effectively kill and send to Purgatory there for a few turns while she respawns. So in that time, we're going to actually see if we can get down here and siege her throne, either before she gets back, or if she comes back, she'll probably be at her throne, meaning we can take out her and her throne city and take her out of the game in one fell swoop. So that's basically the plan here going forward. We've also kind of been solidifying our empire a little bit. We had this necromancer hero we had acquired who I had to use to clear out what was going on at this Tigran city. There was some roving units that had claimed it. And in the Shadow Realm, our city here was being continually sieged over and over by Saradas, and he's even got Dread Omen on it. That being said, though, I am now in the process of raising this city, so as long as I can keep using that strategy of kiting the enemy, I should be able to keep that city from falling, and then eventually it'll be raised and it won't be able to benefit Saradas at all. So again, I think we'll keep going with the game here. I'm going to end my turn. I will say things are looking pretty good for us at this point. We've really got Brunhilde on the ropes, and Saradas, we've dealt him a fairly substantial blow there with the potential to keep pushing. So overall, I'm quite happy with how this is going at this point. So again here, we have to do our little kite strategy, which I've been using the past few episodes. I know this might be a little bit boring to kind of have to watch over and over, but again, this gives an opportunity to kind of discuss strategy as well. So I have to be careful, in particular with Saradas, because I don't really know exactly how strong his empire is at this point. I've only kind of taken that the one city of his, and I do know that, as you can see here, he is able to summon tier 3 units. So I do have to be cautious because he really could be quite a bit stronger than Brunhilde is at this point. Especially since I've basically done quite a bit of damage to Brunhilde and she's now going to be on the defensive. So I've really limited her capacity to fight back at this point. Whereas Saradas, I have taken one of his cities, but he definitely seems to be a little bit more developed, at least just based on seeing that tier 3 unit. So I need to keep in mind that as I'm pushing, I have to really make sure I'm consolidating and I'm not overextending, because I find that a thing that happens, at least to me occasionally in this game, in Age of Wonders 3, is that when you start winning, when you start, you do an offensive push and you start having success, it's tempting to just keep rolling and keep rolling. And obviously you should. If you have the advantage, you should press it. But you have to be careful not to overextend and thin yourself out too much and then allow the enemy to counterattack back. That can actually be almost like a strategy that you can use if you're being attacked, is to kind of let the attacker fight their way through some of your cities that don't maybe matter to you so much, and then bring in your heavy hitters afterwards if maybe they were out and about on the map and weren't defending your territory. I mean, I did a little bit of that in this particular series, although maybe not quite in the way I was discussing. But in any case, just something to keep in mind, that we do have to be cautious not to let ourselves get too carried away, especially because now here's our main unit that's doing all our fighting. It's a very strong unit. We've got these tier 4 upgraded Eagle Riders, but we have to be cognizant that we really only have that single stack. So we have a few other units here that we're going to be using to defend, basically, but again, we just have to be aware that we only have the single stack. Now, we do have the capacity to create more units with Eridus, as you've probably seen using Seduce, but again, we just have to be aware of that because we don't want to get overextended. So, why don't we just cast this on our throne for now? Just get that extra gold income. So they tried to disjunct Sanctified Sites. Fortunately, they failed. Okay, so we've got some items arriving. That's fantastic. These were the ones from Brunhilde's heroes that I was able to kill off. So now we're upgrading Esha here. She's got more protection, basically. Also that extra attack there with that rifle. This is another city we took from Brunhilde. Got some pesky units in our domain there, but we have a pretty good defense, so I think we'll be fine. See, Bodawal's been affected by paid ad solution. The town of Scam has a request. Let's see what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to decline this simply because I don't really have any units in the area, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So we've got Mol Biloth starting to produce units in anticipation that once this city is raised, I'm guessing that Sarados is going to probably start pressing up towards Mol Biloth, but I mean, I guess that remains to be seen. He may pull back and start trying to defend himself, which honestly might be the better plan. So, let's see, this is all tier 1 units, but not a bad defense. We've got some ranged units here on the walls. These Draconian Martyrs are a decent unit, so they have throw stones as an ability. I think we'll make one more of them, and then we can maybe upgrade the city further, maybe try and get a siege workshop so we can get that firestorm pillar or something like that. We want to shore up the defenses as best we can. So we turned this city into orcs. Unfortunately, they're kind of in disliked terrain, but it was the quickest turnover to be able to get this producing something else. So, or sorry, to get it under my control. So I thought it was probably the best plan. So I think what we'll do is we'll basically just start making a few units to defend. And in the meantime, we're going to send in... Ooh, and we can do... Yeah, let's do this. There we go. And then we can basically get right in there. So let's actually take a peek at how well defended this city is. Oh my. So yeah, okay, well, Brunhilde is able to produce tier 3 units. The racial tier 3 units. So we have to be careful. This won't be an easy battle, but we do have a much stronger set of units here, and we've got another stack coming in with a decent spread of different units. So I'm not too worried about this battle. I think we'll have no real trouble. Let's see. Now we have to decide, do we want to... We could do Mark of the Heretic on Brunhilde's stack there. Maybe we'll do that. Why not? So these are all heretics, meaning we'll do a little bit more damage to them. And then why don't we... You know, it might be nice to actually start turning maybe some of this into... Actually, you know what? I'm not that concerned. I think we'll you know what we'll do? We'll do Beacon of the Faith. Or sorry, we'll do Paid Absolution. And maybe we'll cast on this city just to make them a little bit happier or something like that. Oh, and we also had this little orc unit that was doing some scouting who we'll start bringing him in. Or we could even send him up to help defend this city, actually. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, there we go. He can go be a city guard. Okay, so now we've got some decisions to make here in regards to our cities. But before we do that, let's see what Eridus here can find when he ventures here into... So this looks like it might be a throne city just based on the size, but yes, it is. Okay. Wow. Not well defended at all. Some tier 3 units that are pretty decent, but boy, Sarados has left his throne city very poorly guarded, relatively speaking. I mean, I shouldn't talk. If you take a peek at my throne city, it's not exactly well guarded either, but obviously I have there's a lot of vision I have, and were things to get bad, I could pull back. But anyway, yeah, he's really left his city wide open. So I'm going to bring this unit in. I mean, I shouldn't say that. He's got some tier 3s, but I'm going to be able to just move in and hopefully win a fairly decisive battle there. Won't be easy, I mean, especially if he stacks up some units here in the intervening turn, but I have a pretty good chance, I think, of winning this battle. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll basically try and... attack him next turn, assuming he doesn't bring in any any units to reinforce his position, essentially. Okay, so now we've still got some production stuff to do. You know what? Might be nice to start forging another item for our hero here. Bringer of Goodwill could be kind of nice on some... in terms of basically just giving us more income for one of our heroes. I think maybe we'll do that. Let's start working on another item. So Bringer of Goodwill basically means that the units in that stack require half the normal upkeep, so let's do that. Not particularly expensive there. Actually, you know what? I lied. We're not going to do that because I want to focus on actually increasing some of these cities. I've kind of forgot about that, but I would like to keep upgrading these cities a little bit. That's for maybe later once I have the luxury money. Let's get a temple going. Can produce some priests in there if we need it. There we go. And now we'll do merchandise. And we don't quite have the money to be frivolously spending it just yet. Although we're getting there. And quite frankly, depending on how this goes, we may not even need to worry about it if this battle keeps going here the way it's looking like it's going. But of course, I shouldn't get overconfident. Even though I've got them on the ropes, you know, anything is possible. Especially with Emperor AI, they have such big advantages. So, again, I shouldn't get overconfident. All right, we're going to end our turn here, and let's see what happens. Now, the big thing I'm wondering is Sardas going to be able to reinforce? Are there units maybe in the surrounding area here, out in the mist that I can't see, or is he going to summon something to maybe reinforce his city a little bit? Ah, there we go. So there's one unit that he's brought in to reinforce. I still, even if he's got an extra tier 3 unit, I still think that's a battle I'd like to try because, quite frankly, that would be an absolutely crippling blow were I to win that battle. So I think it's probably still worth doing. So once again here we're going to just kite. The city is going to be raised quite soon. So we can basically just keep retreating. But yeah, knowing when to attack and when to hold off and strengthen up your units or bring in another stack or something like that, that's a pretty delicate balance there to strike, trying to kind of balance between pushing and being aggressive but also not overstepping your bounds. It's definitely a learning process, and you have to weigh a lot of different elements when you're deciding that. You know, everything from the potential spells that enemy could use to obviously the strength of the defenders. Whether you're invading a city, does that city have a defense? Does it have a wall? You know, what are your unit's capabilities in terms of getting over the wall? All those things come into play. So it's really, you got to almost kind of do a pretty decent calculation in your head of, you know, at what point do I think I can win this battle, and how costly is that win going to be for me in terms of, you know, is it going to be kind of a victory where I win, but now I'm open for a counterattack because all my units are basically messed up or dead, or I've lost everything, or I lost my hero, or whatever. So there's always a bit of a cost benefit. Now in this case, personally, I think I'm going to be able to you know, this is such a devastating blow if I can land it, win this battle, that I think I'm going to have to do it. Plus, you know me, I'm a... Ooh, wow, okay, I did not realize that Brunhilde had another stack back there. Oh, and look at this. I am... Well, this is perfect timing. Oh, I've become slightly evil, so that's interesting. But I am multicultural. Be the first player with cities of 5 different races. And then I got all these support units to help me. So they're going to actually improve my ability to win this battle just by having a few extra units there. So Brunhilde has actually quite the defense here with lots of tier 3 units. This will be a very challenging battle, quite frankly. Although this stack might be able to help me kind of turn the tide a bit. You know, I'm not even confident that I'm going to be able to win this. I think I have a good chance, but Boy, oh boy, that's a tough, tough battle. Maybe I'll do this battle first, because I think this one I have a better chance of winning. So we've got Eridus, who's a sorcerer hero with some pretty good spells. He's quite powerful, and he's also undying, which is great. And then I've got these two tier 4 Eagle Riders who, thanks to that mod I have installed, they evolved from the tier 3 units. I'm still deciding if I like that mod because, quite frankly, I think it benefits me as the player a little bit, maybe too much, as opposed to the AI, but I'll have to kind of think about that for future playthroughs. In any case, it's really cool. I like how it does that. It turns them into tier 4 once they hit champion. And then I've got some other miscellaneous units here that are... This one's decent, and our Orc Priest, but our little engineer is kind of inconsequential. So, you know what? Let's go for it. Actually, hang on. Before I do that, let's just check out what else happened. So, we're now slightly evil. Our people are a little bit happy about it, I guess. That's good. We raised Ropida to the ground, which is excellent. And then we're going to just run. We're going to try and get this unit back to Mol Biloth here. Realistically, I may be pursued, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So now in Mol Biloth, we have a good stack. Nothing crazy, but we've got a nice stack of units that are able to defend. So we could now start working on maybe a siege workshop. An observatory might be nice too to just increase our range, although we now have this in our domain, so I'm not too concerned. Boy, if this city grew, we could actually get this in the domain, which would be pretty awesome. We'll do the siege workshop, because then I could eventually produce the racial defensive structure. And again, that may not seem like a big deal, but the amount of damage that those do turn after turn, it can add up, right? So don't think that it's, you know, like nothing. It actually can be quite effective. Okay, we're going to send our stacks in here. We're going to get ready for this battle, basically. Boy, this is going to be a tough one, I think, though. I'm not thinking this is going to be easy. But let's try this one first, I think. We'll give this a shot. So it's telling us we actually have a good chance of losing this battle, and you know what? I think we actually may be hard-pressed to win this one, but I'm going to roll the dice on this. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to try and see if I can edge this one out. Again, maybe this is a bad decision, but I think we have a decent chance of winning this one. That's awesome. Wasting spells on our little unit that doesn't even matter. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we would want. So what I'm going to try and do is use my Eagle Riders as basically get them into a corner where they can fight these units one-on-one. And I'm going to try and draw some fire with the foot guard, basically, and try and kind of pull some aggro, if possible. So let's try and get a curse. No such luck. Eridus himself, he has... The Harmonizing Energy is the spell that I'm going to probably be using, at least, well, twice in this battle, because it gives health back. So I'm going to use these Eagle Riders, basically, to soak up some of the hits. So, now, do I have any spells worth casting? I do. So it might be worth casting Stone Skin on one of our units here. We also have Divine Protection, although I don't think this is going to be super useful because these are all melee units that are just going to mostly be doing physical damage. Yeah, so resistance isn't really going to help me. It'll maybe help resist. Well, then this is a physical attack as well, so I don't think it's really going to do much for me. Stoning could be nice just to do some extra damage. Like, let's see, that would give me... Yeah, that would give me some decent extra damage, but, like, nothing insane. So I think probably the most useful spell is going to be Stone Skin. So obviously, it's unfortunate you lose the movement, but this can make me basically into a tank, which would be really, really nice. So I think if I can get one of these Eagle Riders over the wall into a defensive position, I'll cast that, let them really just soak up a lot of hits, and then from there we'll kind of see what happens. So, okay, yeah, use the spell to kill off my little guy. Boy, you can see how much that those musket shots do. So that wasn't exactly very nice. So we're going to bombard the hero a little bit. So you can see, though, really, they take quite a bit of damage. So unfortunately, ooh, yeah, and the target has first strike. This may actually be a battle that we can't win, now that I think about it. But what the hell, we're going to try anyway. We're already here, and again, this would be such a massive defeat if we can get it. So we're going to send Eridus right up the gut here. There we go. All right, so I think what we're going to do, we're going to throw this Eagle Rider in right here, defense mode, and then we're also going to cast Stone Skin, like that. And what I'm hoping is that then that means that units will have to come in one at a time. Now, of course, there's still the ranged impact there that's going to get us, but yeah, and this unit's incapable of even moving forward still, so we'll send him over there. And next turn we'll heal probably with Eridus, either this unit or this unit, whichever one is in worse shape. So let's give it a try here. Okay, that's perfect. Now we've got an opening here to do some flanking. Ooh, and our Orc Priests are going to get wounded there a little bit. Wow, okay, so they did not at all what I was expecting, that's fine. It's just holy cow. So Eridus is pretty darn strong, which is excellent. Now, what's our chance of... Oh, we got a 50% chance. Now, can we... How much damage do we do in melee here? Quite a bit, actually, so maybe... You know what? The battle could hinge right on this here. Like, now, do we have break control? We do not on that hero. So, if we get this, we might turn the tide. Oh, and we didn't. Damn. Yeah, that could be the battle right there, but we'll have to wait and see here. Okay, let's see if we can get this kill here. Now, if we step back, I think we'll get the kill. Yeah, there we go. Okay, no worries there. We'll throw that Eagle Rider in defense. I'm expecting Eridus is probably going to get borked here. So maybe we'll throw Stone Skin on Eridus. Ouch. Okay, that was to be expected. Our Orc doing a good job tanking the hits there. So let's see if we can get the kill. We did. Fantastic. We don't have enough for stoning anymore. Let's end our turn there. Ooh, that lucky coming in handy for us there. You can see that. Can we wing beat? I think that would get us the kill here. That would be... Yeah, that's going to get us the kill. So we'll do that, do a bit of damage to both. And then, you know, we might actually do slip away here. Although, oh, this hero is actually stunned, so yeah, let's just do the damage there. And oh, and we got the kill. Okay, so let's see what happens here now. Wow, fantastic. So, obviously, not the greatest in terms of losing all these units, and especially this tier 4, but the biggest impact there is we took that throne city away from Sarados, which is a huge, huge blow, quite frankly, at this point in the game for him. So, let's start sending one of our units down there. Again, we're turning this one into a vassal city. So, I think I'm actually... Oh, I am very tempted to just raise this city, quite frankly, rather than trying to hang on to it, especially since I've now got a very weakened unit. I'm going to have to kind of think about this one for a bit, because obviously there's a lot of economic benefit to having... Yeah, this we can sell. That's kind of useless. Stab. Yeah, we'll get rid of this as well. Not really needed. We'll keep the musket. And this shield, you know what? Let's send it to our necromancer friend, who could probably benefit from it. Okay, so now we've got some big decisions to make. So obviously, this battle was successful, although we did take some damage. We lost some big units there. Fortunately, we were able to retain this tier 4 and obviously Eridus himself. Boy, this is a tricky one, because if we raise it, we don't have to worry about it. It basically no longer is a factor in the game. I don't think he's going to be bringing in a settler to rebuild it or anything. That being said, if we keep it, I mean, look at all the benefit we would get from this city. It has the ability to produce, you know, Griffin Riders right out the gate, which would be fantastic for us. Of course, though, I mean, you got to think about it. That's 5 turns from now. So that's a long time to wait. I could turn it to orcs in 2 turns, but then I lose a lot of the benefit of having this massive city in my control. Boy, this is a hard call. Now, fortunately, we're actually right next door here, so if we win this battle, we can come over and reinforce. So, it might be a bad choice, but I'm going to try and absorb this city, assuming, of course, and of course I can change that if I need to, depending on how this battle goes. So, that was a big deal. Now, the only issue with this battle, we've got so many tier 3s, and the thing I have to keep in mind here is that I don't have any more casting points, and I don't really want to wait and let her bring more units in. So I think we're going to just initiate this battle. It's saying probable victory, but again, who knows? The good news is none of these Ice Queens are ranged units, so they're not going to be able to really hit us from the walls or do anything crazy like that. But, of course, once we get over the wall, we're going to have to start dealing with them in melee combat, which could get pretty gross. So we'll have to see how this goes. Okay, so we've got a Pledge of Protection on one of the heroes. Or should I say on the hero? Because I think there's just the one. Yeah, it's just the one hero. So, okay, we got a lot of decisions to make. So, Castus and his stack all have Resurgence, meaning that they can die and it's not a big deal. They'll come back provided I win the battle. So I can be a little bit more risky with them. My other stacks obviously do not have the benefit of that. So I need to maybe be a bit more careful with them, or just accept that if they die, I'm not getting them back. So we'll send in our Blight Doctor here. That weaken would be real nice to kind of start being able to use. I think we're going to just kind of charge our units in on this side to maybe try and pull some of the attention over here. Our priest. Oh yeah, so we've got these 4 support units, which are going to be just nice to have as extra damage and whatnot. We're going to kind of be careful with them because they're obviously going to be a bit fragile as they aren't leveled up at all. So most of them I think we're just going to leave kind of in a support position as you would expect from a support unit. We're going to basically just send our units in up the gut here, I think. What we might do, though, is do a Touch of Faith on this knight. And charge right in. Send our shock troopers in kind of as support as well. And our... Oop, I didn't mean to move quite that far up, but that's okay. Let's throw another one here. No luck. So Esha we obviously don't want to lose, because if she goes down, she's not coming back. Now, she has some spells we could use. Divine Protection. It's only for 3 turns. Instant Wrath. Let's do that one. Let's cast that on our big boy knight here. There we go. So that's a nice spell to have. I'm expecting that they may try and use Dispel on this because it has Touch by Faith and Instant Wrath. So there's definitely a school of thought that you don't want to stack up a bunch of abilities on one unit because then they can all be dispelled in one go. But I'm gonna risk it. We'll see what happens here. So let's pay attention. Okay, they used a flashbang grenade spell. So that's nice. My Sphinx kind of taking some damage there, soaking it up for my other units. Okay, we're going to send in our knight to attack the wall. Nice, we broke it. That's fantastic. Send in our other knight as support here, along with our shock trooper. So our Sphinx could actually hop over the wall and do some pretty nasty damage here, it would seem. Yeah, we're going to do that. I mean, the Sphinx is probably going to die. We could try to panic them. That might be kind of nice. How much would melee do? Maybe we'll just put ourselves in defense there. That's going to at least hold off the ranged attack coming from that storm bow, which is pretty devastating. So this priest is kind of beat up. That's okay, though. Again, on this side, we've got a lot of potential here to start attacking the gate. We don't want to get too wild and crazy with it, simply because these units can all die and they will stay dead, and I don't want to lose them if I can avoid it, just because we're going to need them to reinforce. Assuming we can win this battle, we're going to need to reinforce where Saradas is. So why don't we move ourselves in? We'll heal our priest there. We're going to move up a little bit. So I got to be real careful, but these units have all moved. Now on this side, I really got to think here, what would be the best approach? If I send in this War Grider, I'm guessing they'll come out and try to fight me. The Tigran Chariot would be kind of nice to send in, but I don't really want to risk that either. Maybe we'll send in our ranged units here and just start doing some damage, basically. Kind of almost like bait them to come out and fight me like this. We'll bring in our Blight Doctor in the back because obviously he's got a little bit less health. Actually, I don't want Esha in quite that close. So let's see if they kind of take that bait at all. We're actually going to send in our Draconian over there to kind of assist, maybe. And you know what? We'll send the Priest over that way, too. And Castus can gradually move his way in as well. We've got the potential for some more spells here. One, either a Stoning or we could cast Stone Skin twice, Divine Protection twice. I think we'll hold off on casting any spells for the moment. Alright, so we're getting hit with that Chilled a bit. Oh, there we go. I forgot about that attack, so maybe not my smartest move, but that's alright. Okay, so yeah, okay, so they did come out and attack me. That's great, because now that opens them up to some ranged attacks, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Big damage here. We'll try for this one to free up that unit. There we go. Nicely done. Wow. Incredible big hit there. That was excellent. Fantastic. We'll get the kill here as well. That was a very nice exchange. No complaints there. We'll actually come in... Actually, no, I don't want to risk Esha. Again, I don't want to get Esha in any real danger. We'll come in and drop a heal on that War Grider, just to keep it healthy. Same here. There we go. We do have to watch out for these two units. I actually kind of forgot about them, so that may end up going poorly for that. That poor priest is probably going to get flanked real good. Should have maybe paid more attention. Let's see, can we... Oh, and of course I'm blinded, meaning that that's not going to be very good. Let's see if we can at least drop the... Yeah, so we're dropping their movement, so they won't be able to do as much. So that's kind of nice. We're actually going to send our Shock Trooper over to assist, maybe. Esha herself could even come in and drop a Spirit Blast or something, but again, I don't want to risk Esha, so we're going to actually put her back there. Okay, so yeah, this Ice Queen unit has come out to fight us. Our Sphinx has died, but that's okay. I'm kind of using them to draw the aggro a bit, so let's fight back against that Ice Queen. And then we'll come in and do a bit of damage here, maybe. So that unit will be dead soon. You know what? I think maybe we'll actually come over here where we're maybe more help with that other knight. Alright, let's see what happens. There's another one of those Ice Nova attacks. And Castus is taking some hits. There we go. Those Shock Troopers are doing work out there, which is good to see. Okay. There we go. Softening them up a little bit. Let's get right in here. And I suspect this will be the kill right here. There we go. That was excellent. So now we got to deal with this pesky unit over here. There we go. So combination of different flanking attacks was enough to do the job. So unfortunately we lost our chariot, but had to be done. I suppose it didn't have to be done, but could go in for a risky seduce attempt. 60% chance. But I think I'm going to kind of hold off here on that. What we could do is come in here and deliver a Spirit Blast. Do some big damage. There we go. Come in and get a flank here. There we go. That worked out pretty well. So now let's use Castus to finish off the Ice Queen. And that's going to allow this unit to come charging in. Get the kill there. Our Knight here can wail on that Ice Queen. And then our Shock Troopers can take out these Dwarven Axemen. Got our Orc Priest here, who I'm just going to use to come in and just heal up Castus, I think. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens. Oof. Killed our poor little Goblin. Shaman guys there. So get the finish here. There we go. So things are not looking good for Brunhilde at this point, as you can clearly see. So why don't we try for a seduction here on our Ice Queen. Ooh, we got lucky with it. Nice. Now we'll just wail on this hero in the corner. And there we go. Just like that. Brunhilde should be out of the game. Yep, there we go. We really only lost a handful of units. Our Blight Doctor here, our Sabertooth Chariot, and that's essentially it. So all in all, that was a very clean battle. So now we're going to basically start charging straight over to see if we can help out over there. Because although Saradas is dead, or sorry, Brunhilde is dead, Saradas is not. We've taken his throne, but Saradas himself is still out and about. So we're going to need to deal with him. So we've got a lot of muskets here. We'll send one up to our Narvek here. I think we can just sell the rest of these, essentially. So this is just extra regeneration. Got a coat here. Send that to Narvek as well. Melee item. Send that to him. So Esha actually leveled up during that battle, which is kind of nice. Vow of Poverty, that would be kind of useful for us, I think. We'll do that and increase our income per turn that way. And then we can actually throw Esha in with this tier 3 to really increase that. So we'll kind of build a hodgepodge unit here. So we've got our support, our Ice Queen, War Gratter, so those are some melee units. And then we'll need some supports here. Bring the Orc Priest for that curse ability. And then we'll actually just bring the standard priest as well. There we go. And yeah, so we're going to send this unit in to help reinforce and do some... We'll hunt down Saradas now. And we're going to keep this city for sure. We've got the units here to be able to protect it, so I'm not too worried. I don't know. It looks like Castus also leveled up. So, not sure if there's anything in particular here we really want. He's got mind control immunity already, so strong will isn't really that big of a bonus. I mean, it would give us complete spirit immunity, but honestly not that big of a deal for us at that point. So maybe we'll just upgrade his actual stats here. We'll give him a little bit more defense. Give him some more health. Just make him a bit tankier, you know. Actually, break control would be nice, so we'll do that. And Give him some extra melee strength. Why not? Or a range strength, I should say. There we go. At this point, I think we're in a really, really good position here to continue basically with this game, having it really go our way at this point. So we'll just kind of finish up our turns here. Build another unit. We'll build a Sun Guard. Bodawall, we can just do merchandise. Our builder, we're just going to hang out. We were in the middle of building roads, but I think that's going to take a backseat to the massacre we have going on out here. So we're going to build up a unit here for our Necromancer, although I'm guessing that's not going to even be necessary, really. So we got ranged, infantry, irregular. One more unit. There we go. So we got kind of a hodgepodge unit for our Necromancer there. So Eridus, we're just going to tell him to chill out. Kind of heal up a bit. So we've got this unit. They're going to stay in that city. That's going to do it for our turn. So let's see what happens here. I'm curious as to how much of a resistance here Sardus is going to be able to put up now that I've taken his throne out. And his ally Brunhilde is now dead. Okay, so a lot of things happened here. Fazbrig has grown into a town. That's quite nice. Again, now we've got way more stuff in our domain, which is absolutely fantastic. So paid absolution. Yeah, I think we're going to cast it actually on this Orc City just because they're so miserable because of the terrain. So we're going to cast it right here. There we go. Just to make them a little bit happier, quite frankly. Ooh, we got an item. Club. I think we actually got a better one. We're going to just sell that. Dwelling declared war on me. These undead are not happy with me, despite the fact that I'm now slightly evil. They can join me if they want. I'm not going to do that because I don't have any units in the area to defend the city. You have released Trauld as an independent vassal. Yes, I have. So that's actually excellent. Now they've got not an amazing stack, but a decent stack of units here to defend the city. And that means that I can then send these units down to help reinforce the throne that I've taken from Saradas. So let's do some research here. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go with Divine Channeling, get a little bit more casting points at this point. Alright, so let's start kind of figuring out what we're doing with our units. So it doesn't look like we're in any imminent danger of being attacked, which is a good thing, obviously. But now we have to start figuring out where the heck is... So it looks like we got a city up here, so we're going to want to head up there. I think maybe I'll send Castus. Could go clear out this dungeon, since we're already down here. I suppose we could also start heading up and just going through all these cities to try and find our boy here, to try and find Sardus. So he may be over here as well. But chances are, since this is an elven city, he's probably up there. So maybe I'll actually turn around and we'll send our big heavy hitter unit up that way. I think that's going to be the plan for now. We could send in Esha and her kind of mixed unit here. Why don't we send them in this way? Because I want my strongest unit really at the forefront of the fighting here, so we're going to do that. So this city's got a defense now. Frostmere now has 2 units defending. Let's build a wall in this city just to have some extra defense. Our little tiny orc city here. Let's build a wall as well. Just kind of shore up our defenses, make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Get a laboratory going, extra research. And then we'll do merchandise in most of these cities as well. Yep, that's going to be the plan. Same with our capital. And then let's start casting. Let's do another paid absolution. That's really increasing our gold income drastically, which is fantastic. And once again, I think we're going to hang out in the city here a bit more. Oh, okay, and this unit didn't get harassed any further, so we're going to send them up to Mol Biloth up here. Try and do a little bit more defense. And again, it'd be great if we can get this Forgotten Throne, which we cleared out a while back. We could get that into our city. It would increase our casting points as well, so we're only a couple turns away, or a couple of growth cycles away from having that happen. So if we get the observatory, that would make us even closer, although realistically it's probably not going to happen before the game ends, but something to aim for here with that city regardless. So our Necromancer, why don't we send him down? He can help scout down here. So we'll have him go down there. And we're going to end our turn there. Boy, I really like this paid absolution spell. Oh, looks like something's visible here. Okay, so coming out of the Shadow Realm. Maybe they'll come attack my vassal city. Getting better at governing the elves. Yeah, we're definitely going to do extra range damage for our elven units. You know what, maybe we'll keep this unit up there just to have another unit defending if they were to siege me here. There we go. So we want paid absolution somewhere else. Let's put it in our other big city here. Boy, that's fantastic. So, Domain of Earth. Target friendly city. Unit station within it. Now like subterranean terrain. I don't think we're really in any need of that at this point, to be frank. Let's do Wrath of God. And we'll keep the good times rolling here with more paid absolution. Really shoring up our economy at this point. Okay, so Castus is going to grab this. Okay, so this is actually an independent city. You know, we may have to go clear him out in the Shadow Realm, to be perfectly honest. That may be where he is hanging out. And if that's the case, that's where we'll have to go. So, let's just charge in here and see if we can make a friend. This is a musketeer. Let's see if we can recruit them to our cause. Unfortunately, they were able to resist that. Oh, we got them. There we go. We got a new unit for defense of that city we just acquired, which is excellent. And again, we are just going to start absorbing all these elven cities, because why not? So this one may have actually been under Bernhilda's control, now that I think about it. So that unit will move in and defend the city. So, decent little army here. Some tier 2 and some leveled up. This is particularly scary. A High Elf Stormbow with inflict stun. That's pretty gross. Really don't like that unit. So why don't we start a observatory here. We're trying to get this into our domain. So let's do... Actually, no, let's do a storehouse to help growth, and then we'll do the observatory after that. You know... Maybe I'll take one of these units, take the Night Guard, and we'll do a bit of scouting. Actually, in the Shadow Realm here. Yeah, we're going to go see if we can find Saradas's... If he's got an empire that he's working on here in the Shadow Realm, which is kind of what I'm starting to think where he might be. So we're going to See, this is what I kind of wanted to avoid with Brunhilde, is having to hunt down the hero after I've taken the throne. So that's why I took out her... I think Zshoot had actually kind of mentioned, we had a bit of a discussion about the merits of taking out the throne versus taking out the wizard, or, you know, any combination of that. And that's why I took this city out first, purely because I didn't want to have to worry about where the wizard was after the throne goes down. So I saw Brunhilde was right here and knew that within a couple turns after winning this battle, I'd be able to move down and take out the throne. And that means that the wizard would either be in purgatory or would have respawned and been right at the throne, meaning that I could have killed both. So that was my thought process there. This way, I'm now going to have to kind of hunt them down. Oh, and I didn't notice there's a city right here. So that's actually where I'll head next. That's probably where Saradas actually is. So, well, there we go. So Castus, I'll head up that way. Let's do a great temple. We just work on our mana income and keep that nice and healthy. And we're not going to worry about our throne right now. This little city, let's get some research going. Let's do merchandise for now. The city's gradually joining our population here. Be nice to take out this watchtower and get a little bit more vision. But I think we're just going to chill again, let that unit keep kind of healing up. I don't think this unit's going to be quite strong enough to clear this out, so I'm not going to worry about that. Although, can we get... Ooh, we can. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to make a hodgepodge little stack here with our best units, basically. There we go. And we'll send this stack here up. There we go. Now we've got a new battle squad here, basically. So let's raid this. Maybe this thing has mind control immunity, but we could try and get some of these berserkers, perhaps, with our convert and seduce abilities. Always remembering that Eridus has his patented undying capability. It's not patented, of course, but that's going to be of tremendous value here, because we're going to use that to try and draw some hits from the enemy, basically. So let's put our Iron Heart on and charge right in there. See if we can take up some hits, soak up some damage. We'll heal our Eagle Rider because we're going to need it as well. I'm going to send our Ice Queen. Actually, you know what? Use the Ice Queen to also drop a heal on our Eagle Rider. Now we don't want to leave the Eagle Rider next to... Whoops. We don't want to leave it next to the Ice Queen, because then it'll take some exposure damage, which we don't want. Alright, so I'm assuming we're going to take some big damage here with our hero. Or not. Ouch. Boy, they really wanted our Eagle Rider dead. It may not have been the best plan for me to leave that Eagle Rider hanging in there. What's our chance to seduce? Oh, do they have mind control immunity as well? Oh, they do. Yikes. Well, there's an example where you always got to read the fine print, right? Didn't do a great job of that, clearly. So kill off that berserker. Come in here and we'll wail on that Manticore Rider a little bit. Boy, that thing's strong. Boy, maybe I was getting a little overconfident with this battle. I probably shouldn't have done this, to be frank. Okay, come in here. Oh, and we're not going to get the kill, unfortunately, but we'll do some big damage at least. Yikes. Yeah, we're going to probably lose this Eagle Rider now. Yikes. Oh, thank goodness for that lucky. Boy, we did get extremely lucky there. Holy cow. That's a count your blessings moment for sure. Okay, we're just gonna wail on this unit. Oh, okay, fantastic. So now we can actually drop some heals here. Heal our Eagle Rider. And we'll get the kill with the Eagle Rider as well. And then what do we got left to kill? It's these pesky berserkers. There we go. Well, that halfling luck came in handy there for me. We didn't lose any of our units, although, frankly, that wasn't a skill thing. That was a pure luck thing, so... Oh my, yep, we are going to take that reward all day. Look at this, we got a human knight and a yeti. So now we've got enough to actually create 2 stacks, which is excellent. I'm going to take Esha with 1 stack here, and Eridus can have the other. So Esha can take these units, and then we'll split these between the 2. Actually, maybe I should have left one of the supports with Eridus. You can grab that priest, maybe. So, we'll put these units up here. And they need kind of a big hit and melee unit, so we'll give them a Yeti. There we go. Decent split. Another big level up for Eridus here, so... Let's see... Could give him floating to get him over walls and stuff. That could be kind of nice. But I think we're just gonna... Ooh, Thunderstorm. Yeah, let's do that. It's a nice ability. We'll keep this Forge Priest there to guard. Alright, so our Necromancer hero could actually clear this city, this little structure out while we're on our way down. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see, what do we have? We're gonna need something else here to just help out. So let's bring these units in just as an assist. Just because I don't want to risk not winning, obviously, or having any catastrophic badness happen. So first thing we could do is protect our hero. And we do have this charm ability, which is a nice one. I created an item for that hero that gives him that ability. Okay, so I can try and charm one of these units, maybe go for the cavalry, or the prowler would probably be our, obviously as the tier 2 units, that would be a nice thing to try for, I think. Yeah, we'll do this. We're just kind of going to shore up our defenses here, get our units ready to fight here, basically. Expecting they're going to come charging in at me anytime now. Of course, they have that darn pounce ability, which is super annoying. Let's hit them with some damage here. Yeah, I don't want to expose them too much. Send our martyr over here. You know what? Yeah, we're going to stay in defense. We're going to let this... Oh, I forgot I have that little lightning sprite. Alright, let's see what happens here. I'm expecting that these guys are going to take a hit. Probably from the pounce, maybe. Oh, no. Okay. Ah, big whoop. These orcs weren't really of any consequence, quite frankly. Alright, now let's see. We could use Charm. Not a very good chance of working. Why don't we summon up a cadaver? Haha, there we go. Do a bit of damage to these mystics. Bust up the chariot really quite heavily with that attack. There we go. Then we can come in and get the kill here. There we go. And we can try for a charm on these units, but probably won't get it. Oh, our poor little cadavers. Oh, look at that. Just revive them, no worries. Then we can move right in here. Do some big damage. Let's see, does anybody need a quick heal? Sure, why not? Come in and get the finish. There we go. All in all, not too bad. Fortunately, we did lose that little orc, but I mean, not a big deal at this point in the game, quite frankly. Why not? We'll take the items. We'll take the Jug of Eternal Joy and take the spear for now. Although I think we've got another melee unit on its, or a melee item on its way, I should say. So we don't have to worry too much about that. Let's send this little goblin apprentice back. So there we go. I don't think we're actually going to need to even worry about keeping that little cadaver. I would like to get myself in the fight here. So overall, this has been pretty impressive development, I would say, at least in terms of just the course of the battle. Things are going very well. I'm guessing Saradas is probably here in this city. That's probably where the hero is located. He's probably making this his new throne. I don't know if he would have this city down there. I don't think he has. Yeah, he doesn't have that goblin city, obviously. Oh, and this city is also independent. So, yeah, he's almost certainly. This is another independent city. So he's basically either this is his throne, or he has a city somewhere in the Shadow Realm. This is the Remnants, obviously. But he may have something down here that I'm not seeing. But I suspect that this is probably his last city. So we're going to basically just start throwing everything we've got at it to see if we can take him out and finish the game. So I've got my kind of mixed units here of Eridus and Esha. And then I've got Castus up here, who is going to be on his way in. We're going to just send everybody on a beeline over here to try and basically hit him while he's down and take him out while we have the chance. So let's just take a quick peek at our territory here. So we've got kind of our original pocket up here, and then we've got our recently conquered area down here of double throne cities, and then subsequent other cities as well. So all in all, this is going very well. This has been a very interesting development in terms of just being able to kind of take two massive attacks in one fell swoop there and do quite a bit of damage. So I think we're going to save the game there. And again, yeah, very, very successful episode, I would say. So we're going to call this one episode 8. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.